Ray Lazarus, he still lives, had a big farm here that his dad had owned called the Lazarus Farms. And he sold the church 10 acres of land for $50,000, if I remember. And he allowed the church leaders to owe him the money, no interest. And on 10 acres of land, we assumed that that would grow for 2 or 3 lifetimes. Everybody thought that. I did. I was sold on the idea. But every time we built a building, we about used it up in just a few Sundays.
You know, in the beginning, when Living Hope was first founded, the founding members, I mean, they had to sacrifice themselves time and money to get the property to build the first building. And as that has gone, that's always been a sacrifice, people giving financially to the ministry, to God's work.
More than one mortgaged their home to buy land and build a building. They were that in tune with Jesus Christ, knowing what their calling was.
When we first came to Living Hope, of course it was quite much smaller than it is now. The campus has grown through purchasing property over with the Holy Spirit. We've added on to the Student Center, the CC, the Holy Spirit property, we've added to that. So now we've got the chapel, and so God's really blessed us here to continue to grow the ministry and to continue to serve the needs of Bowling Green.
Well, personally, I thought that it was a big church. You know, 150 people could sit down in there and have a wonderful worship service, which we did for quite some time. And then slowly it started to grow. And just before we moved in to this building that we're in now, our worship services were 4, but all in the same center, not 4 in 2 different centers like they are now.
Adding on the different buildings we added with the student wing, with the children, that's a big draw for Living Hope families. You know, we're talking about family worship, families being together, and so we added on the student wing and the children's ministry wing there to really impact, to bring families to Living Hope.
The church leaders, that was the founding members, had a passion for Christ and a passion for growth. And they wanted a permanent location because they believed and still believe today that this would be a growing church to serve a growing community. Back then, we had just an entrance to the church, and you step in this little hallway, and then you go into the sanctuary. It was plain and simple. Money was short. You try to pay the bills at the end of each month and live up to your obligations. There was none left.
Well, what's the Living Hope's plan now? We're here, we've built all the buildings, and we're reaching the 1%. That's kind of our goal, reaching the 1%, and to do one-on-one.
Everybody was in tune with inviting all the people you knew to the Lord's house, but mainly the lost and the unchurched were invited, and they came. And every time we built a building, the Lord provided more people than we even imagined.